Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines, better known as the one-handed mechanic. If I can do it, you can too. Today we are working on a Craftsman T110, and I'm going to show you, in my opinion, how to install a mower deck drive belt. So this is the OEM belt, and this is a Craftsman made by MTD, and MTD makes the Cub Cadet, Troy-Bilt, many others, but if you get the OEM belt, it's the way to go. To look up the correct belt, you're going to want to go underneath your seat and look underneath the model number right here. It starts with a 13AN. Go to the, you can either go to Sears Parts Direct or you can go to a MTD website. You should be able to look up the part for your particular model. If it's a T110 with a 42-inch mower deck, this should be the correct belt. The first thing we need to do is we're going to get the mower deck off far enough that we can do this. A lot of people ask me, can you do the mower deck belt while the mower deck is on? Yes, you can, but it is difficult. I'm just going to do it the way I like to do it. You guys can try to struggle and get it done and the way you want to do it. The first thing you want to do is put the emergency brake on. If you can do this on asphalt or concrete, it's going to help a lot. Put the mower deck all the way down. Then we're going to need to remove the mower deck. We're going to slide it out part way. It's the mower deck. I have it all the way in down position. It's still, actually say floating, so it's not on the ground. This doesn't have any wheels to help it stay up. So everything is going to be very tight. And I stick a pry bar underneath here and I'll lift up to relieve the pressure. But you can just use a block of wood, lift up the mower deck, put the block of wood underneath there, and it should alleviate a lot of the pressure. But since we're over here, we're going to take off this bar right here. This is the front bar that holds up the mower deck. You have to take the clip out. These are nice clips. I call them bow tie clips or butterfly clips. When you put the clip in, just make sure it's facing rearward when you put it in, so you don't have any issues with it popping out. I'm gonna go ahead and push that out. If it does come out nice and easy, just like that did, it's because the block of wood that I put underneath there is holding the mower deck up. So the block of wood definitely helps. And just push this off to the side. Now you have to remember, there's a bend in the bar. You want to make sure that you don't put it in backwards or the bar will hit your steering. So keep that in mind. Just make sure that you put the bar back where it came from. And we know that the clip went on the right side. So we'll come back. I want to go ahead and take this piece of wood out right here because we're going to move it to the back here. Okay, so we're coming back to the rear deck hanger here. This is not the greatest way the things are set up. I don't like it, but we have to deal with what we have. We have a butterfly clip here, and there's a rod here, and there's a bracket here. They both have to come out of that bracket. I'm going to go ahead and lift the deck up and then put this block of wood right there so it'll alleviate. There's no pressure on it right now. I'm going to take the clip out like so. Now what I like to do is push the rod out. The bracket will fall down, the rod falls down, but to get the mower deck out, we have to try to keep these brackets up in the air. So what I do is I try to put the rod back in the hole like so. And then once we get over to the other side, we're going to lift the other one out, and then we're going to lift the deck up. But let's get over to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and take the block of wood out here. We're going to take this over to the other side. Just be careful with your fingers. I'm going to go ahead and lift the mower deck up and put the block of wood underneath it to keep. And then just check to see. Now this feels a little bit, nah, it's not too bad. If it still feels tight, you may need a little bit bigger of a block of wood. Take a pin off. This one here is a little, I'm not sure why this is here, but it's probably for a different mower deck bracket. And sometimes if you pull in towards yourself, it gives you a little bit of room with the pin. That pin was locked against the bracket. Came right out. Again, I'm gonna put the rod in the hole, and at this point, raise your mower deck height handle all the way up in the highest position, like that. Then you'll see what I'm talking about under here is it raises it out of the way so we can slide the mower deck in and out. I'm gonna come over to the front here. This bracket is what holds your belt from falling out, and it's very important that it's in one spot and not, you know, sitting off keel, or it's not going to work. It's a very tight tolerance here. You don't want it rubbing the pulley, but you also don't want it so loose that the belt will fall off. There's a bolt underneath the frame, which is almost impossible to see. If you follow the rod up, the bracket up, you'll feel the bolt I do apologize for the noise. My heater's about ready to come on. It's a 1/2 inch socket. If you just loosen it, don't pull it all the way out. It screws up into the frame here. But if you just loosen it up, that gives us enough space to be able to fish the belt out. And we can go around the other side. Let's go around the other side. I have a mark on this hole. This is the other side of the rod, okay? And I'm gonna put the belt back in. We almost had it out there, but it's easier just to, you can push this out, this pin out, and as long as you have it marked, you don't wanna put it in the wrong hole, then you can just pull the deck belt right out, and it's very easy. Just let this hang. Now at this point, I am gonna remove that block of wood. You can slide the mower deck out, and there is a blade engagement cable that is attached right here, and you don't wanna, it's a very short cable. You do not need to take this off as long as we can get the mower deck out far enough that we can remove the covers, and we have to loosen up these 2 pulleys. The reason why I take the mower deck off to this point is if you try bending these tabs, you're either going to bend the pulley or you're going to ruin the tab. It's not going to be, as you can see, it's a very thin, that's like a 1/4 inch gap. You do not want that gap any smaller or any wider, or you can lose the belt. Especially this one here, it's a little bit easier of a tab to bend. People do it all the time. It's a very tight tolerance, but you don't want the belt coming off. So it's important you take the pulleys off, slide them up, do it the correct way. I'll put a link in the description below on how to replace this cable. We just did a bracket on this, and there's a kit for this, so if you need to replace this, I'll put a link in the description below for that one too. So what we need to do is we need to pull these pulleys up a little bit, both of them, and we need to take these covers off because these covers are actually, they hold the belt on also. So 3/8 socket right here. We're going to use a 9/16 socket here and then put a wrench underneath it to hold it. Okay, we'll do the outside covers first. Now these outside covers, you can see the wear, the shiny part. These are actually belt guides. You don't want to bend these. If you bend them, you can either have them too far away or too close, and the belt will either rub or it won't stay on. So it's important that they're straight. You can take the belt off of this one. Same with this one. You can see a little bit of rubbing, but that's nothing. That's just barely rubbing, and that's the way they're supposed to be. Then you can take this side off. Now to get these off here, we're going to do a 9/16 socket. Okay, so I just saw that this actually moves right here, so we have to be careful. You keep that in the spot that it's supposed to be at, and you do need to put a wrench underneath here to hold that bolt. Once you have it loose enough that it'll come up, just like that, then you can take the belt off. Same with this side here. Now I know it's a fact that this is stationary, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Just gonna loosen that. This should tip it sideways, comes right off. Like I said, I recommend OEM belt. Aftermarket belts do not hold up. Trust me, you'll find out the hard way. It's good to just check your length. It should be a little bit shorter normally, just because the old belts usually stretch. I'm gonna go ahead and put it around here. Straight across the back. Around here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten up this guy first. Make sure when you tighten them that you check to make sure they spin okay, and this is also a good time to make sure that you check all your pulleys, make sure that your bearings on your spindles are okay. Go ahead and tighten this one up now. We have to make sure that this moves around, so we just have to make sure that we keep it right where it's supposed to be. Just make sure it's back where you got it. Just make sure everything spins the way it should. Belt gap is good. The arm is in the position that it was. We're going to go ahead and put on outer belt guide. Just line up the holes that they were in before. Always start your bolts before you tighten them up. I have seen these crack a lot. If you need to, I would absolutely order a new one up, or you can sometimes use larger washers to help it, but if they move around a lot or vibrate a lot, you can lose the belt that way too. So these are belt guides that are important. Other side. Okay, everything looks like it's in good shape. Make sure everything is going the way it should. Now we can go ahead and slide it back underneath. And we're going to start by, you have to take the motor deck belt, put it in between the bracket, put it on the engine pulley, and then you can push this up into the frame and make sure it's in the same hole that it came out of. We're going to just start on this side. We're going to go ahead and put the, now like I said, make sure that this arm is facing the correct way. And you can always see how the, you can see the mark of the clip, so you know it went back the way it was. Now back here, we have to put the mower deck back in a down position again. And as you can see, it's still in the bar is still in the bracket itself. I'm going to try to raise this. Now you can see we're about 1 inch off. So by using either the pry bar or a piece of wood, I'm going to lift up the mower deck. By lifting up the mower deck, it actually will help me slide. And you just push the mower deck back a little bit, and you just have to get them lined up. And it takes a little bit of finagling to find the holes where they're at. Put your clip in from forward to rearward, like that. And we're going to take the block of wood out and go around to the other side. Go ahead and lift the mower deck up, put my block of wood underneath it. See how close we are. All right, this one looks like it's pretty far off. And just by having it hanging and having that block of wood underneath there, I'm able to just get it to go in. Put the pin back, clip it in, take the block of wood out. Now on this side, we have to tighten up the 1/2 inch bolt. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and tighten that up. Make sure it's tight. Now at this point, you wanna make sure that your pulley is not rubbing this guide, which it should not, but also you wanna make sure your belt's on the inside of the guide, but and also in the groove of the engine pulley. We're gonna go ahead and engage the mower deck here, go back under, and you wanna make sure that it feels tight. There's spring tension. Make sure everything is running the way it should be. Make sure nothing is rubbing anywhere. Make sure you're in the pulleys, which they are. And that's pretty much it. So at this point, make sure you remember to disengage your mower deck. Lift up your mower. And now I would highly recommend tire pressure and leveling the mower deck. This is an old style mower deck on a new style machine. I have a video on how to level this mower deck. I'll put it in the link in the description below. So that pretty much sums it up for how to install a mower deck belt on a Craftsman 42-inch T110. Let me go ahead and show you the tools that I use today. I always use my electric ratchet. You can use whatever ratchet you have that'll require a 9/16 socket, 3/8 socket, 1/2 inch socket. I used a couple of different extensions, needle nose pliers, 9/16 wrench. This is the OEM for the T110 42-inch mower deck on the Craftsman is actually an MTD. That's the part number right there. I'll put a link in the description below. I used a 3/8 ratchet. You may need a flashlight, and also I'll put a couple links in the description below for both replacing the blade engagement cable and also replacing the blade engagement bracket. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.